Buckle Up Wildcats, the High School Musical, the series Rewatch podcast. My name is Audrey Ashcraft, and I'll be your co-host for today.
I'm Haley Clark, and I'm also your co-host.
Slay! I love that I say for today every time as if it's going to be somewhat different. It won't.
Yeah, just for today, it's me.
Just for today, subbing in. No. No one else in our life wants to be a part of this podcast. Just kidding.
Yeah.
I'm sure there are people.
Yeah, my mom keeps saying we should have guests.
We should.
She's like, your dad will go on. I'm like, okay.
There's one guest star I really want, and I want my grandpa because he's a farmer.
Yes.
And he had to leave Utah because of, not farmland. Anytime you drive anywhere with him, he's like, that used to be farmland, that used to be farmland. And I want him to verify that Seb's farm does not exist in Salt Lake.
Yes.
He would laugh.
Yeah. He'd be like, that's crazy.
That's crazy. So currently our list of dream guests are an old man and Haley's dad. So...
Yeah.
Which I think is a super list. We would also take
Yeah.
anyone from the cast. We should send emails.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways, that's not... Okay. So today we're going to be covering Season 2, Episode 7. And this is titled The Field Trip. And Haley, you have our summary?
Yes, I do. Okay.
Excellent.
East High suspects that North has robbed them of their beast mask, so they visit and try to find it. After being discovered by North High drama students, they have a dance battle to prove their talent. Miss Jen and Zachy Roy also share a battle of talent, and she finds that he is the one who stole the mask.
I just can't.
That's all I got.
That's good. I just can't not laugh with Zachy Roy.
Zachy Roy. Love.
An angel died.
Yeah.
A child died. That's dark. Okay.
Yeah.
What did you rank this episode, Haley?
I gave this one an 8 out of 10.
Oh, T, really?
Yeah. I thought it was funny.
See, I give it a 5.6 out of 10 because there's so many times that are so cringy that I just am like, oh!
I see that. I do see it.
But honestly, I respect the 8 out of 10 too.
It made me laugh. So, yeah.
Perfect. Okay, and the songs in this one were Around You
Yeah.
and the Mob song, which is just a great lineup in my opinion.
So strong.
So strong. So basically when I went to go rank these, I just scrolled to the bottom of my list and just knew that's the area I should be looking.
Yeah.
Around You made last place. I hate that song.
It was... It's so bad. It's so hard to watch.
I was so brave for you guys. Normally when I rewatch this show, I skip this scene. I can't watch it. So I watched the first two, the second season by myself, and then I watched it again with my mom, and I had to leave the room. I said, I can't be in here while this is happening.
Yeah.
I was so brave for you guys.
So bad.
I was so brave.
Yeah.
But I put it last place. Also, is Around You supposed to be from Guys and Dolls?
I don't know.
I don't think it is. I don't know Guys and Dolls, so
Yeah.
maybe I'm sounding like a fool. But they imply that it was in the show that they were in.
Yeah.
We're gonna look up Guys and Dolls.
I don't know.
And Dolls Around You.
I'm not seeing anything.
Yeah.
I just see the one from them.
That's so real, yeah. Perfect.
Interesting.
So I don't know why they didn't just cover a song and just do a play that they could cover a song.
Yeah, I don't know.
I am grateful, I guess, because I would not want to watch it cover.
Yeah.
That scene makes me so unbelievably uncomfortable. And we can get into that later.
Oh, that's so bad.
And then I put Mob Song third to last. With A Billion Sorries is above it. And A Roll of a Lifetime. Just because it's the Mob song. I think they all said it best when they said, that scene is fun.
Yeah. It's just not... Yeah.
It's
It's not an interesting song.
No, I'm not listening
Not for
to
the
it.
song ranking.
I definitely have listened to it, actually. It's on my playlist. But...
Yeah.
Okay, Haley, what were your favorites and least favorites?
My favorite was that this episode was funny, and I laughed. And I think it was giving the same kind of thing that the last episode was, that there was actually jokes that I laughed at, and I was like, okay, this is fun.
We're entering this era.
And my least favorite was Zachy, Roy, and Miss Jen.
Me too. I just wrote around you. Everything they do makes me just so unbelievably uncomfortable.
It was so bad.
He can't be on my screen.
I like Derek Huff.
I like him enough. He's good on Dancing with the Stars.
Yeah.
I think he's a great judge at the moment.
I cannot watch him.
He can't be in High School Musical series.
It's so bad.
Absolutely. I'm actually, okay, this is off topic. I'm kind of surprised that we haven't ever seen anyone from High School Musical series be on Dancing with the Stars.
Yeah.
That feels right up Sophia Wiley's alley. However, Dancing with the Stars does not get Sophia Wiley, I've decided. Me. Because of what they did to Chandler Kinney, they would
I think Joshua Bassett should be on Dancing with the Stars.
I think Joshua Bassett should be on Dancing with the Stars.
I think we could get Matt Cornett on Dancing with the Stars and make him a good dancer.
No, actually, that would work.
Yeah.
That's your...
I think he could do it.
That would be, like, your third, like, zombies character in a row.
Yeah.
And aren't they each from a different movie? Because wasn't Milo Mayhem on the latest, or was he a while ago? No, because he wasn't on Soji Gomez's season.
I can't remember.
And she was the latest season.
Yeah.
And he wasn't on, he might have been, I don't actually watch Dancing with the Stars that much. I did watch this season a little bit.
Yeah.
And I became fully in love with Chandler, and if you don't think that Chandler should have won, you weren't watching the show. I actually still get upset about that.
Yeah.
But Joshua Bassett would be really good. I think Matt Cornett would also be really good.
Yeah.
You know who I could totally see? Larry Saperstein would totally go on Dancing with the Stars.
Oh, yeah.
I actually feel like this is the perfect cast to have people for Dancing with the Stars. And none of them, except for Sophia Wiley. She's not gonna go on. She can't.
No.
She would be so good.
Yeah.
And then she wouldn't win. And it would make me mad.
Be disappointing. Yeah.
Anyways, that's not what we're talking about. This is gonna go really well because I have a lot of notes for this episode and I keep going sidetracked.
I have not a lot, so.
Okay, perfect. Mine are probably not that, like, detailed.
I don't know.
My favorite thing, since I said my least favorite, and you said your least favorite, yes, was just Gina and EJ. They're a cute little moment.
Yeah.
They're cute.
I know.
I think they're fun. I've literally just been writing down, like, 2 characters every time for my favorite moment, but favorite thing.
No, that's valid, though.
That's surreal. And then, Haley, do you have any Utah moments for us?
No, the only thing, I feel like every time I'm like, this is a little bit of a stretch, but I can never tell if they're, like, trying to imply something or if they're just, like, oblivious. But, when Carlos is watching North High's video, or their picture, their post has 801 likes, and 801 is the area code for Utah phone. So, I just thought that was funny. I was like,
that might actually be an Easter egg.
Yeah, I was like, that's a very, like, intentional number, I feel like.
Yeah. No, that definitely feels
so,
purpose.
Yeah, that was all.
That's cute.
I was like, dang.
We're deciding that was on purpose.
Yeah.
Okay, my fun fact, and we've talked about this. North High is filmed at Ogden High School in Utah. And I was just wondering, I was like, I wonder if their mascot really is the Hornets.
Yeah.
It's not. They're the Tigers.
Okay, I didn't think so, because I thought I looked it up and I was like, oh, they're all cats.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I was like, I think that. But Ogden apparently has, like, a decent amount of movies filmed at it. I just know my mom, like, recognized it right away when we were watching. She was like, this is Ogden.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, pop off.
It looks so fancy.
It does look so fancy. I will say Ogden is, like, low-key far away from...
Yeah.
I mean, not, like, so far that it's, like, that's crazy.
Yeah.
But it's quite
far
a distance.
Enough.
Yeah.
It's almost here, I feel like.
Yeah, it's probably, like, almost Brigham City. Yeah, it's probably about 30, 20 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably something like that. Yeah. So it is a little different. It is a little bit further. Another thought. The only school in Utah that I think is Hornets is Wasatch. I could be wrong about that. I just can't think of... We were Hornets, but...
in elementary school.
In elementary school, we were Hornets.
Yeah, that's the only one I can think of.
I think Wasatch is the only one that is Hornets. I don't even know if there is another yellow school. Davis is brown.
Yeah.
I think they're gold, actually, but that's still not yellow.
Yeah.
I think it's just Wasatch.
Probably.
But, yeah, I was just curious if Ogden was on their Tigers.
Yeah.
Anyways, that was my only thing. I feel like I'm talking really fast, but I need this done.
Yeah.
I guess it's time to jump into our notes then.
Yeah.
Okay. Miss Jen does the recap.
Yeah.
And I don't feel like this recap was helpful at all. But I guess we kind of talked about this in the last episode. Not a lot happened in this last.
Yeah. It was just like, I don't know.
Yeah. And everything she said was like the opposite of what really happened, which I know is the joke, but I was like, also this is the recap.
Yeah, also, it's always so weird. I'm like, hold on. What?
Sometimes it's like told very much in the characters. I feel like it's told in the character's personality, but not always with their perspective.
Yeah.
And so I'm just like, I don't know. It's always
Yeah.
weird.
It's strange.
Then right at the beginning, I love the morning news segment.
Me too.
First off, I think anything like that's so funny. Also, I'm obsessed with the fact that the background says morning news, and they only refer to it as the morning show.
That's so funny.
Like, because I wrote morning news because this, like, the words popped up said morning news, but then they just
Yeah.
call it the morning show.
That's so funny.
Anyways,
I love that.
I love it. It's so good.
That's so funny. I love that EJ is now president of the AV club. And Gina's there.
And Gina's there. The only friend that agreed.
That's so funny. I love them. I love their chemistry. Like, they're just so good.
They're so good. I will say, every time she says that line, though, I'm just like, my mind goes to, would she be the only friend that would say yes? But probably. They don't seem to like EJ very
Yeah, what other friends does EJ have? Like, I'm sure he has friends outside of drama club, but...
Because Ashlyn wouldn't say yes.
Mm-mm.
I don't think she would with him, but...
Yeah. Ricky and him are not buddies yet.
Yeah, I don't think we're supposed to think that. I never know when we're supposed to think that they're friends. But...
Yeah.
Yeah. 2,500 views.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yeah. Dang.
Yeah,
that's what I thought during that.
I need to chill out.
I think it's funny, like, sometimes the episode will, like, end on a cliffhanger, and then it's, like, kind of like a big deal, and then the next episode, they just act like it's fine.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that happened at the beginning where Nini was like, I'm moving to Denver.
Mm-hmm.
And then they were like, oh no. And then Ricky, the next episode, was like, it's fine. And then it happened, like, this time when Carlos took that video, and then it was, like, ended on this whole thing, like, oh no,
That's
Carlos
such a
is
good
gonna
point.
post this. And she's like, yeah, I was a little mad at first, but it's fine. I'm like, why are we making, like, these big deal things? And then, like, why end it on a cliffhanger if it's just gonna be, like...
Resolved. Like,
Yeah.
just thrown aside.
We don't even care about it in the next episode. I don't know, I just think it's so funny.
That's so real.
They do that, like, a few times.
They should fix that.
Yeah.
Nini's outfit. And it does not change throughout this entire episode.
Mm-mm.
Is a striped shirt, orange shirt, with an orange, like a neon orange tie.
Yeah.
Tucked in. It's
Yeah.
horrible.
It's so... I don't understand. I'm like, why do we have to accessorize so much?
So much. No, I do feel that way. Like, Courtney will do that too, but at least that's like in Courtney's character.
Yeah.
I'm just like, was the tie needed?
I don't think it was. It's so bad. Yeah.
My next comment. Big Red is such a good friend to Ricky.
Yeah.
And also Ricky is way supportive about this than anyone gives him credit for.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But Big Red's a good friend. Like, the fact that he immediately was like,
Are you, like, sure you're
are
okay
you
with
sure?
this? Yeah. And I feel like Ricky's trying so hard to be like, yeah, like, this is what she wants to do, and I'm, like, supporting that, and I don't know.
Mm-hmm. Big Red's like,
Yeah.
she just went up there and said that this meant a lot to her. And that it was her, like...
She also, like, goes back and forth so much about it being, like, this is such a big deal, and this means so much to me, and then it being just a song, and, like, it doesn't mean anything. I'm like, girl...
Pick one.
You can't have both.
We cannot keep going back.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. And I'm like, I guess maybe she, like, doesn't think it relates to her life right now, but it clearly does. Like,
yeah.
That's clearly part of how she's feeling. And Ricky can, like, sense that. I feel like
She just gets so mad at him for like wanting to talk
Yeah.
about it. But I feel like even just her writing him out of a duet is enough of a reason for him to be bothered. Not even to give the fact that she's literally just because I'd be like,
yeah,
and he's not even mad about that part.
No.
He's actually reacts so validly.
Yeah.
There's a line I have at the end, but we can say
Yeah.
we can just say it right now, honestly. When at the end of the episode, when they're talking, and he's like, and she's like, I thought you were proud of it, and he's like, I am, and he's like, I'm trying to be.
Yeah.
Like, it just is frustrating because I feel like, especially at this point, he comes off as so needy, or they want us to think he comes off as needy, but but he's just trying.
Yeah. Like, he's grown so much as a character, because before I think he would have completely shut down and been like, why would you do that? And, like, he's not doing that.
Yeah, like, there's actually no point that he's ever, like, directly mad at her for doing. Like, he is definitely trying to. Everyone else is saying it, and he, in my opinion, he should be mad.
Yeah. And I feel like from his, like, family situation and all that, like, I feel like he would instinctively look for any clues that something was wrong anyway, and so, like, her writing a song like that, even if it really had nothing to do with their relationship, I feel like that would be red flags anyway. I don't know.
I'm like, I feel like he is reacting really well, and she is so dramatic. She's so...
Yeah, and I feel like she, like, thinks that he's mad that she's getting attention for it. And I don't think he's mad about that. I think he's just like...
It's like, you literally...
This is awkward.
Yeah, you wrote a song about how I'm a horrible boyfriend to you.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, she does act that way, and I'm like...
Yeah.
This whole situation doesn't make any sense with this person we saw before with the yak situation.
Yeah.
And it's just really frustrating.
Yeah.
Also, okay, this is jumping ahead, but I feel like we should just get all of this stuff done.
Yeah.
She's so annoying when they're all looking for stuff and she's just on her phone.
Yeah.
Being like, guys, I have this many views now.
Yeah. I would be annoyed. I would be like, girl, you're not even in the show.
Yeah. I was
You're
like,
a prop.
put your phone away. Like, oh my god.
If you don't want to be here, don't come. I don't know. Like, she doesn't want to be a part of a group, then don't come back. I don't know.
No, literally.
Like, I know, like, I guess it's like she was kind of forced into coming back, but then it's like, what we talked about before, like, she came back because of the drama students.
Yeah.
She came back because of all of her
She
friends.
literally calls them all out by name and then doesn't want to do anything with any of them.
Yeah.
And then once they break up, we see she do a lot. She's like,
yeah,
oh, girl, blah, blah, blah. I'm like,
it's annoying.
you literally said you were coming home for these people, and then you're not doing anything with them or being really.
Yeah, and I understand she wants to do, like, her solo thing, and that's great. Like, I don't think any of them would hate her for that. And I think Ricky only, like, suggested that she be in the show because she was literally coming to practices.
Yeah.
And, like, hanging out with all of them.
And, like, low-key implying that they're just like, you're here.
And, like, in his mind, I feel like she just, like, came home. That's a big thing. But he can, like, help her feel welcome and, like, feel like she has something to be a part of. Like,
yeah, like, bring her back in.
Yeah. I don't think he's trying to tie her down by...
No, he's not going to be like, you
making
have
her
to
be
do
in the
it.
show.
And again, she can say no.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel like we're...
Also, if it's Miss Jen's idea, it's okay, but if it's Ricky's, it's not.
Yeah. Yeah. We're letting Nini, like... She's being a doormat, and then she's being mad that she's being walked over, but she's the reason that she's put herself in that situation. Yeah. And she's really, like, I don't feel like anyone's overstepping. They're just trying to help her, and she's, like, mad about it.
It's just a song, Ricky. I'm like...
Girl.
You literally have been, like, on your phone all day being like, this is such a big deal, this means so much to me.
Yeah.
Actually, okay, this is definitely the end of the episode. It pisses me off to no end that when they're told that the Mankey rules don't let her do the Rose song, that she's like, we should just take that risk. No! That disqualifies you.
Yeah. Oh, like, literally, if nobody cared about the competition, but at this point, they are all involved in the competition. They just had a whole dance battle and
the only reason she's there is to help win the competition. Which, does Miss Jen not read rules? That does feel very much like it. But
absolutely, but
I just am like, we should just take the risk. No. It's like, okay, I did drill, and there was a lot of things that were like illegal, and you wouldn't even get like disqualified. You would just get like penalized, but you lose like so many points. Yeah. And we wouldn't, like, if we had a girl, so you can't do head springs. We'll just use that as an example. If we had a girl that was just really good at doing head springs, and we like brought her in to do a head spring because it was really good, and then we found out that we would lose like so many points because she did head spring, she wouldn't do the freaking head spring. We wouldn't just be like, let's take the risk. They'll be so impressed by us breaking the rules that they'll like bend.
Yeah.
No.
I don't know.
It's not going to give you any points, and you're just going to lose points.
Yeah.
Or be completely disqualified.
Right. Like, you are ruining everybody else's experience. Because, I don't know.
We should take the risk. And then Ricky's the only one to say something, but I know they're all thinking it.
Yeah.
And it really bothers me that no one else says anything.
Yeah.
And to be fair, I don't think that was something they should have discussed in front of her.
Yeah. Yeah. But stop being a spoiled brat.
Is so entitled. I'm like,
yeah.
It's breaking the rules. They're gonna be like, but you broke the rules so well that we give you points.
Yeah.
This isn't Harry Potter's final sorting.
No,
like,
this isn't
the House Cup, okay? These are real judges, and they're gonna be.
Yeah.
Anyways, we can move on from this now. I feel like I properly ranted. Do you have any other rants?
Yeah, not for this. Not at least right now.
Not right now.
It might come up later, but.
Okay, the line that Seb says to Carlos, where he's like, this is what Carlos would say if he was more like me. I'm like, again, they're so mean to each other randomly, and then we just brush past it.
Yeah, they don't. There's no anything. There's no fight. There's no nothing. They're just like.
I was like,
cool.
I'd be so mad if someone said that.
Yeah,
if he was
like,
more
maybe this is just their relationship, but like, that was mean.
I could say if he was calmer or whatever.
Yeah.
But more like me is crazy.
Seb. Girl.
Honey. I like Seb. I don't know why they just randomly make Seb and Carlos really mean to each other for no reason, and then we just move on.
What is this relationship that we have going? I don't know.
Also, the Howie foreshadowing in that scene, is so good. Like, I didn't realize that until hindsight. Like,
yeah, it is really. They set it up so well.
Because Carlos being like, "How did we even hear? Like, how did they even hear?" And then the thing going off. I'm like, ooh.
Yeah, it's really. It's fun. I think that's one of the scenes that I was like, this is funny.
No, I was literally like, Carlos is so funny.
It's always Carlos.
It's always Carlos. Carlos is the funniest.
And he's like, I don't understand. Is your phone hungry?
He's
like,
hungry. He's literally so good.
And Courtney's so offended. I'm like, girl, turn your phone off.
It's so loud, Courtney. Carlos is always valid.
Yeah.
I should probably not say that because I'm sure there's multiple times I disagreed with him. But like...
Like, okay, yeah.
I did not know that this rewatch was going to turn me into just the biggest Carlos fan, but it did.
He's so good.
So good.
Yeah.
He's so funny in that scene.
Yeah.
Or him, this is another, I don't even know if this is next, but I'm going to bring this up.
Yeah.
When they're in the hall and he's like, everyone be quiet, and they're like, let's do the chat. And he's like, great start. I love, he's so good at this episode.
He was. My favorite was actually just Carlos being funny.
Just Carlos. They said funny, but it's actually just Carlos.
Yeah.
No, Carlos and Big Red are like the comedic relief that we needed this season.
Yeah. Big Red has good moments in this episode too. And like, and the French guy.
Love
They're my favorite.
Literally, those three characters are like single-handedly holding up this season, right? Oh, and then I guess Gina. I like Gina and Jen, but they're not like those three characters are like the funniest right now.
Yeah, they're good.
I miss when Nini was funny too.
Yeah, and I'm like, what happened to you, girl?
I miss when a lot of them were funny.
Now you're just. I don't know.
You're just mad all the time.
I like Nini, but now I'm like, girl.
I would love to root for Nini.
Yeah.
She just makes it really hard.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, I have a question. This we'll probably have to answer later. Do we ever see the finished bell gown?
I don't know.
I don't know if we... Because I can't imagine Ashlyn in one.
Yeah. Because I saw, like, the background dress,
Mm-hmm.
which I'm assuming was the bell dress.
Yeah.
But it didn't look like the bell dress.
No.
Also, it annoyed me that everyone just took their costumes from the rack.
Yeah.
I'm like, this is like Theater 101. You don't touch anything until someone gives it to you first.
Yeah. And then I was like, what are you guys gonna do with those?
Yeah. I don't know.
I don't know.
It was interesting.
Mm-hmm. I'm obsessed with Miss Jen saying never dance with the enemy. And I know that they, like, make jokes about it, her saying that, but I was like, girl, be so for real.
Yeah.
This Jen drives me up the wall in this episode. In this last couple episodes, she's driven me up the wall.
She's fun. Yeah. I also think it's funny when they make all these jokes about, like, when they, like, think that North High has stolen their thing, and then Gina's like, I would do the same thing, or, like, whatever, and Nini's like, oh, no, don't say that. I'm like, girl, Nini, you're the one who stole from Gina.
Nini, you
are the problem.
No, I actually have so many thoughts about them saying that. The Gina, like, 2.0, Gina 1.0.
Yeah.
They talk so negatively about her past self, and it makes me actually feel so sad for her.
I know. And then every time she says it too, I'm like, that's so sad.
I'm like, can we have some love for that girl, though? Because she was going through a lot. And I get that she was mean, and I get that we don't want to revert to that. But we don't have to constantly be saying that about ourselves.
Like, I don't think she's changed, but she's not a completely different person. Mm-hmm. Like, she's not, like, a better version of herself just because she's has friends now and people that like her and feels accepted.
They always act like she was just horrible and she was this despicable person.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, she was like 15.
Yeah.
Calm down.
Yeah. And honestly, like,
she was just cocky, really.
Yeah. She was just trying to make her mark. I don't know.
Yeah. You're just mean.
Yeah.
When Gina talks about the fact that they have a dance studio, I'm like, I don't know if East High does. I'm gonna guess no. I'm guessing the older schools don't. But almost every high school I've been to, we're from have newer high schools, has a dance studio. Mm-hmm. Ours had 2.
Yeah.
One sucked, but we had 2.
Yeah. And our middle school had a dance studio.
Yeah, our middle school had a dance. I was like, oh, Gina, honey, you would love a really good
yeah.
Like, I'm like, ours had 2 because it had a ballroom room, but I think we were the only one that did.
Yeah.
I'm sure maybe a couple others, but
I don't know.
It was weird. The floor was like bouncy. But
yeah, it was strange.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did notice that the plaque on Zachy Roy's office, whatever that room is.
Yeah.
It says Zach.
Oh, it does?
Yeah. Zach. So I don't know what his name is.
So why the frick is it spelled with a K on his Instagram handles?
I don't understand.
I'm not going to mention the fact that it literally says executive producer, which, what?
Yeah, what does that mean?
What does that mean in the sense of a high school play? But okay, whatever.
This is so bad.
But no, I didn't realize it was...
Yeah.
It definitely does say Zach CH.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't understand what his actual real name is.
What is his name? Because his Instagram is CKEY.
Yeah. Yeah.
Maybe he decides when he goes by Zachy.
Yeah.
It needs the K. I don't know, Haley.
Zachy spelled CH is weird.
That's where we draw the line.
Too much.
Too much.
That's so funny.
Are we talking about this? Okay, I've never had risotto, and I really want to try risotto.
Yeah, I've never had it either. Maybe we need to go get risotto.
We should get risotto. Oh my gosh.
When that guy was talking to Gina, I just put ew with 10 W's after. I was like, this is weird.
Can I get your snap?
I don't like that. Ew.
That's disgusting.
I don't feel like I've ever really been in that situation before. I had to think for a second.
It's a very specific situation.
I've been in like similar-ish situations, and I empathize with poor Gina. Mm-hmm. That's an awkward position to be in.
Yeah.
And then EJ saved her.
He did. He did such a good job bringing up risotto, which I don't feel like I love that he said that. Like,
yeah.
I had to look up what risotto was when I watched this for the first time.
Yeah. He's rich.
Oh, yeah, that's so true.
He brought lobster to
He brought lobster dip. And what was the other thing?
Balsamic vinegar.
I love EJ.
Yeah.
We should just keep a list of the random foods that EJ is just not eating.
He has quite the palate.
We'll do a mukbang. It'll just be foods that EJ mentions. It'll cost us an arm and a leg.
Yeah. That's so funny.
They suck at lookout.
Mm-hmm.
There's one person they have to look for, and they missed her.
I know that you're being all cute, and that's great, but
I literally need you to do your
have
one job. Yeah. Also, I love that Lily is dressed like the American Girl doll Julie in this episode.
I know, I was like, I hate Lily, but
that eats.
That looks good. I want
She can dress.
Yeah.
So real. Okay, why did they start looking at the box?
That's what I said. I was like, you literally saw the post, saw the thing sticking out of the trunk, and then you get in there and you're looking through all these things.
Look through the hangers.
And then you're like, hold on, guys, wait. Look at that.
And then it's I was like, we already knew. We already knew.
Why didn't we start with that?
I don't believe for a second that Carlos put up with that bullcrap.
No.
You would
Carlos
put the
is
first
too
one.
smart for that.
No, he's no way. He's
Oh
too
my
smart.
gosh.
He's too petty. There's no way.
Yeah, I'm like, there has to be some brains in that room. Who? I mean, Nini's on her phone, and we've already made Big Red and Seb incompetent in anything.
They can't do anything anymore. I don't believe for a second Carlos was just like, yeah.
Yeah.
And Courtney sits on the box.
Ashley, yeah, that was so dumb. Oh my gosh. Like, girl.
There's no way Ashlyn and Carlos just let that thing slide.
Yeah.
They're just like, let's not look through
Like,
the
come
box.
on, guys.
That still has
Anyone
the hair
else,
hanging out.
I can excuse a little bit, but Carlos, you were studying that post.
Carlos, why did you
Did
come?
you not? Yeah.
There was one reason. They're like, guys, I think it's the truck. Oh my gosh, really?
No.
Maybe Carlos. No, he definitely was in the room.
Yeah.
Yeah. I want to talk about it. I'll give you this one pass, Carlos.
Yeah.
Because that's not on you. That's on the writers.
Yeah. No, and it was so funny when they were like, oh, it's expensive wigs. And he's like, I want one. That was oh my gosh, I love him.
He's so great.
He's just so funny. Like, you have the best lines.
Like, you are so perfect and I love you. And you're my favorite one.
Yeah. So good.
I love the fact that the implication that they have expensive wigs and they're just willy-nilly throwing them into the bin and closing them on top of the wig. Like,
that, I didn't even think about that, but now think about that, I'm like, oh no.
they have a whole truck full of wigs and they can't even properly put the wigs in. Also, why are you storing wigs in a trunk like that? They're gonna get tangled.
Yeah.
Lots of opinions about that. I just think that whole scene's
buy
so
some
weird.
mannequin heads?
Yeah.
And, like,
With a mannequin that's out of the budget for a quasi. What the frick did she say? It's so stupid pretentious.
Yeah.
She says quasi like 3 times in this episode.
Yeah.
And I was like,
girl,
what is that? Okay.
why? Yeah. No, it was so funny.
It was so good. I do love that they immediately tell her she's weird for suggesting dance off.
Yeah.
They're like, no.
Like, that's dumb. Yeah. But no, it was funny.
Yeah, I was also like, you can't win a dance off. Like,
yeah, I'm like, who?
Someone has to like be the determinant.
We don't have any biased party here. I mean, any unbiased party here.
Yeah. You can't just dance, and then also the fact she runs up and she goes, by the way, we won. What's the prize, Troy? I just kidding. The talent should start dancing awards.
Oh. It's so good.
Anyways.
So good. And then also I put like, I can't just call him the French kid every time. But I don't know his name. But he's like, why would we want your mask? It's fugly. That's what he says.
I love him.
That's so good. But then also he's like, also saying that he knows what their mask looks like and nobody catches on to that.
Yeah.
But then Lily's like, we don't even like, she says something to like kind of cover it up.
Yeah.
I don't even remember.
His name is Antoine.
Antoine?
Yeah, Antoine, yes! Antoine. And the actor is
I
Andrew
do remember that.
Feldman?
Yeah.
I don't feel like I'm pronouncing that way.
Andrew Barth Feldman.
Yeah, we were so close.
Yes. He's Antoine.
Yeah.
Is Antoine French? I guess it is. Doesn't feel French. Anyways. Yeah, he's funny.
He's literally like my favorite character.
But
he's my favorite addition to season 2.
Yeah, it's so good. I do remember what it's about.
I literally wrote here, I was so brave to watch the musical number. But what were you gonna say?
I put you again.
I wonder what that was about.
Wow. Yeah, that's what there was so many cringe moments.
Okay, this is like a little bit child unfriendly. Is this dance number supposed to be like a metaphor for like them sleeping together? I was gonna think about else, that. But the fact that they're like all out of breath when they're done, and she like pulls at his shirt.
Yeah.
I could be just looking for things, but that whole scene makes me feel so unbelievably uncomfortable.
It's so bad.
I'm probably seeing into it too much. I'm sorry, Mom.
I was thinking about this too. I'm like, Miss Jen is such a player.
Yeah, she is.
She cannot be oblivious to. She's gone on dates with Michael.
Yeah.
Bowen, whatever his name is. She can't be oblivious that, like, also Mr. Mazzara likes her. And, like, I'm like, she's just the worst.
I'm like, you're playing these guys.
Yeah.
To be fair, I think he's playing her.
Yeah.
I don't know. I try not to look at the music. I will say that is a music groove I've ever seen.
Mm-hmm. It reminds me so heavily of Glee. Like, the room and their number, I'm like, this is Glee.
Yeah. And that personally does not spark, like, the most amount of joy for me, but...
Yeah. It's not my favorite.
No, that's...
But
yeah.
Yeah.
I hate that scene. I hate how, like, weirdly sensual it is.
Yeah. It's so strange.
I don't like it.
It's so bad.
I was just praying on everything in me that, like, my roommate was not going to come in. I was like, please.
Yeah.
Anyways. We get another Ricky comparison.
Yeah.
He says Tom Holland on stilts.
That part is so funny to me. And another cousin joke.
Yeah, and they're way too comfortable joking about that.
Yeah, I mean, like, that one's, like, a little bit more excusable.
Mm-hmm.
Because he doesn't know that he's her cousin.
Yeah.
And I don't think looking at them, you'd be like, oh, they're cousins.
Mm-hmm.
But it's still weird.
Yeah.
And I feel like she's awkward about it every single time they say something like that.
That's always interesting, but I always wondered, do you think he was actually hitting? I don't know. I don't never know. Because I think a lot of the hitting on him from the North High, with the exception of Howie, was, like completely fabricated to be.
Yeah. I'm not, like, totally sure.
Because if I was going for two people on that team, I think Gina would be my first one I would try to get out. However, Gina's going to be a lot harder to get out.
Yeah, also she's a feather duster. So.
She's a feather duster, yeah. But the only thing is her dancing ability. But, like, I think that she purposely wanted Nini gone. Yeah. Which is weird because they act like Nini's the best one.
Yeah,
but
I would have gone for Ricky instead.
Yes. I would argue, though, that if you're trying to get rid of someone from this cast, you want Ashlyn gone.
If you take Ashlyn out, like, they're not going to have a show.
Yeah. So I'm like,
Ashlyn should go. So I do get it.
But I don't know if that's on.
I don't know. But then also, like, at the end, I won't spoil things, but in the last seasons when, like, he comes back, he implies that he, like, was still hitting on someone.
That's true, yeah.
But I don't really understand all of that. I feel like that's kind
I'm
of
obsessed with that character, and I think it's perfect, and I think that everything he does is crazy.
My favorite is when he's like, I don't know English that well, so, like, sorry if I'm rude, but he's like, the meanest you should dump him and date me.
He's so good. I just want to know what the inspiration behind this character was, like, because, like, okay, did they, like, cast him, like, with the, like, they had to have cast him, like, you're gonna be a kid doing a fake French accent.
Yeah. It's so good.
It's so good. It's so good. I literally am obsessed with it.
He is one of the best characters.
Whoever wrote that, like, literally, like, Tony. Like,
yeah.
Not Tony. Oh my gosh, wait. Give me a minute. I can get there. Emmy.
Yeah. He's, like, one of the best written characters in the show.
Literally. I love him.
Yeah.
I think that the dance number for the mop song was, like, not good.
Yeah.
That's my dancer opinion. I wish we got to see dancing. There was
Yeah.
no dancing. Gina was the only one who really danced. Courtney did a little bit of dancing. But all of the, like, guest people that they had, they only let them do, like, tricks.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, that's so cool that they can do, like, a flip. But I don't want to watch them do a flip. I want to watch them dance.
Yeah. And I feel like it was also, like, this weird dynamic because you had the only, like, East High people there were, like, the leads, and then you didn't have their ensemble dance people, so, like, they couldn't come back at whatever their dancers were doing.
Yeah.
With the same level. Like...
Because I'm like, no, Dip, you're, like, beast. Your Mrs. Potts can't outdance your ensemble.
Yeah.
Like, she shouldn't have to. Yeah.
I don't feel like a dance-off is the right way to determine the talent of this cast. And yes, they were singing, too, but, like...
yeah.
That wasn't the point of it. Yeah. Like, you're like, let's have a dance-off.
Yeah, and then you just see, like, your cool people doing tricks. And I just, this is such a dancer. I'm like, I just don't think that tricks are cool. Like, I don't think that they won. They didn't do anything except for tricks.
No, it's giving...
And turns. But tricks are turns.
It's giving the guy that you put on the dance company to do.
Yeah, this is literally the guy you put on the dance company who can do parkour, and they can do the worst backflip you've ever seen in your life, but at least they can do a backflip.
Yeah.
If you feel called out right now, maybe you should reevaluate some things in your life. Anyways. Yeah, I just really think, because, like, Gina's thing was really cool, and I just really wish we got to see her, like, actually dance.
Yeah.
Okay, this is jumping, because we already talked about all the Nini stuff. Zachy Roy may, like, actually be insane.
Yeah. I'm like, why did you feel the need to steal the mask anyway? And then I was like, do the kids even know about this? I don't think they do.
Yeah, I don't think they do, except for, I don't think they do. But I was like, and he's like, it's a competition, Jenny.
And you're cheating. And if you, like, obviously that means you're scared a little bit if you have to steal
That's my biggest thing.
The mask.
Is they're like, we're so good. Anyways, let's prove it to you that we're so good. I'm like, hey, you guys obviously are intimidated.
I also just feel like there's so much, if you really want, it's I don't know why I feel like this is like Winston from New Girl. This is like a prank that he would do. Like, the whole bit where, like, they're either not anything or it's like the most drastic thing ever.
That's so true.
I'm like, stealing the mask is not gonna do anything.
Yeah.
For them. Later, they do something that
they do something so insane. Like, that's so real. They are very much Winston coded right here.
I'm like, just they can make another mask.
Yeah.
And your beast mask is like so much better. Why does that even
literally
matter?
Why does your beast mask is so good.
Yeah.
Let them have their oh my gosh.
His mouth literally moves.
I know, which I'm perplexed by, but
I think that's probably better than like the actual stage musical.
Yeah.
I don't actually know.
I'm not familiar with, but
it's so funny. I don't know.
Girl. The Howie reveal at the end of the episode, crazy.
Yeah.
I'm like, Kayla and I were talking about this earlier today. When I first watched this episode, like, there's genuinely no one else who could be under that mask.
Yeah.
But I didn't think about it. I was so surprised. I remember when the episode came out, I was like,
yeah.
Okay, maybe I was just young and dumb. But there's no one else. But I do think that it's a really good surprise. I didn't ever connect him with North.
Yeah. I think it's a good plot twist. Yeah. That adds to the story more.
Well set up. It's very good.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. This is my last comment. I don't know how many other comments you have. This is my last one. Your notebook's closed. I'm assuming not many more.
I have one more, but...
Okay, what is it?
It's just with Nini at the end.
That's what
that
mine
we already
is.
talked about.
Oh, mine is just that Nina was personal.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. We already, we found out that Nini, she's called Nini because Ricky came up with that name, and she's been called Nini forever. And she's like, call me Nina. I'm Nina.
And debatedly, Nini is more a branded, more brand friendly,
Yeah.
for a pop singer
Yeah.
than Nina.
That's so crazy.
I was like, no, that was personal. That,
Yeah,
girl, 100%
be
was
so
personal.
for real.
Girl, be so for real.
Mine was just that, it was a little bit earlier, but when we already kind of talked about that scene when Ricky's like, well, maybe it just doesn't go in the show.
Yeah.
And she's pissed.
She's so mad.
I'm like, maybe this is a little bit of not Nini coming through here.
I'm just like,
That's one of the moments that I'm like, oh, they have fights.
She is so
Tension.
Okay.
Yeah,
I
that's
cannot wait. Yeah, this is jumping a little bit. I cannot wait for the next episode. I bawl like a baby in this next episode.
Oh.
If you're watching for the first time with us right now, which so fun. I love that for you. Get a box of tissues for this next episode. I cry uncontrollably in this episode every time.
I forgot that was the next episode.
I forgot too until my Disney Plus showed the picture from it, and I went
crazy.
I bawl like a baby. To be fair, there's a lot of stuff in the show I bawl like a baby for, but this scene gets me every time. So just bring tissues for next time.
Yeah.
I will be.
Yeah.
Okay. Are you ready to cast our show?
Yes.
So slay. Today we are going to be casting another Alan Menken musical, and we're going to be doing Aladdin.
Yay.
Ooh, everyone go ah. I feel like if we want to, if the cast is big enough, I feel like we should be able to use the North High people too. Watch us make up rules as we go.
Yeah, I feel like we could make it big enough.
I don't feel like we need to for Aladdin, because I don't actually feel like there's that many characters. We have, okay, now why?
That's
why would I put characters from I looked up Aladdin characters, and it literally put characters from Aladdin 2.
Yeah. Why would that be what I'm looking for right now?
You really think that's what I'm looking for?
No.
You're right. The chief guard, not even. One of the guards, yeah, that's who I want above Aladdin.
Yeah, Aladdin is
great.
fourth on
Aladdin
the list for Aladdin.
And in front is Casman, who I know is from either Aladdin 2 or 3. I don't even know how many. It's a director's sequel. I don't even know who this guy is, so probably also a director's sequel. And then literally just a random guard. And then Aladdin. This is a horrible list. Okay. So we have Aladdin, Abu. I don't think we have to cast Raja. We can. But we probably need more female characters than that could be Earl.
Yeah.
The Sultan. Iago. Which I always think of Brooklyn Nine-Nine when I think of it. Jafar. Jasmine. Genie.
Yes. This is pretty much it. Somebody could be the Cave of Wonders if we need someone.
So I actually have thought this. Nini needs to either be the lamp or the carpet.
Oh. I feel like the carpet has an actual role.
And that's my thing. So
though.
I feel like she needs to be the
I thought the lamp, and that's why I giggled earlier. I was like, I think she has to be the lamp.
She has to be
and
the
she
lamp.
could sing a song about how she feels
trapped
by being a cage.
Something. That would actually make sense in this one, believe it or not.
Yeah. She's trapped in a cave forever.
She's like, I am
and the Rose song, but it's actually the lamp song.
the lamp song.
And it makes more sense.
Actually, that makes so much more sense.
Yeah. Yeah. Because she's more than what she is to you, because she has the genie.
She has the genie. Guys,
She's
the lamp song. We need to be in the brain room.
Yeah, come on.
They would have done Aladdin. There's no way they were
Hear
going to do
me out.
Aladdin.
Let's switch it to Aladdin, and then...
Here's how. Okay.
Oh, that's so good.
Okay, who's playing Aladdin? I feel like the fun part about these ones is always the race situations that we always get put in.
Yeah.
We've already cast Nini, she's the lamp.
Yeah.
Who's next? I feel like This is so boring, but I feel like Jafar has to be EJ.
Yeah.
I really wish we could have more fun. Or actually, Carlos could be fun.
Oh.
But I don't know another role that EJ could do.
Yeah, I don't either. Because I don't...
Aladdin, maybe.
He could be Aladdin.
Who's Joshua Bassett going to be? Sultan. Just kidding.
We have... Yeah, the Sultan.
Abu.
Abu. That would be funny. That actually fits him pretty...
That does. This was pretty accurate.
Iago. I feel like Antoine deserves to be Iago, but...
Oh, yeah. This is our show. We can do what we want.
Yeah. I want him as Iago.
We're doing Antoine as Iago.
We need someone... We have to catch the carpet, too.
Oh, you're right. You know what? I think the carpet should probably be a girl just because of our lack of girl roles. I think I am going to put Carlos as Jafar.
Mm-hmm.
Carlos does the little lift thing in this episode, and that gives bad guy.
Yeah. I think he would be good as Jafar.
I think the one that's next most important to me would be Genie.
Yeah.
But Genie could also be a girl.
Yeah, it could be.
So I guess maybe Aladdin and Jasmine we should do next. Did we do? Are we stuck with Joshua Bassett as Ricky as Abu?
I say let's do it.
Okay, and then I say EJ should be Aladdin.
Yeah. I think that's good.
Sick.
This is our show.
This is our show and we can do what we want.
Yeah.
I think Seb should be the carpet.
Yeah. No, that would be good.
Guys, look at us go.
That would be really good.
Seb's the carpet.
Yeah.
Okay. So I believe that's all, except for the Genie. But I do think we should probably cast a girl as the Genie.
Yeah.
Courtney would be a fun Genie.
Courtney would be fun as the Genie.
And we didn't cast Courtney last time. So.
I think she would be good as Genie.
Okay, who gets to be our Jasmine? We have Ashlyn and Gina left. I think Gina, yeah. And then
EJ and Gina.
Aww.
Cute.
Aww.
Team Wonder Study.
Team Wonder Study.
That's always
and
so
then,
funny to me that she says
Ashlyn can be Raja, and there can be a
yeah.
whole. Even though Raja doesn't.
She can make a song.
Wait, have we done the Sultan?
No.
But we still have Big Red.
Yeah, he could be the Sultan.
Yeah, it was like we could do Big Red or Ashlyn, but I kind of feel like the whole point of Jasmine's character should have a mom.
Yeah. Yeah. I think Big Red would be good. He's kind of silly.
Yeah. Okay, so our cast is... Let me think really quick. Okay, EJ as Aladdin. Ricky as Abu. I actually do feel like that's like a pretty big role. Like, he should be fine.
Yeah.
Ashlyn as Raja. The Sultan is Big Red. Iago is... Antoine, because we put him in it.
Yeah.
We do what we want. Jafar is Carlos. The carpet is Seb. Jasmine is Gina. The Genie is Courtney. And then the lamp is Nini.
Yay.
And it gets a whole song.
Yeah.
For no reason.
So good.
Yeah. And I think that's perfect.
Yeah. I want to just, like, adapt the Rose song to every role that we give Nini. Every inanimate object.
What if we put her in? I feel like the lamp is the best. What was she in the last episode? She was a gargoyle.
Yeah. I could see that.
I could see that. That still makes more sense than the rose.
Yeah.
What other inanimate objects? Oh, we casted her as the... I forgot we did this. We casted her as literally the Prince Eric statue.
Yeah, I
which
forgot.
Also makes sense with more sense with the rose.
No, this is so good.
And then... I can't... Let's see. What other ones did we do?
I can't remember which ones we did this.
Season 2 is anything past 12, yes. Annie, we casted... I don't think we cast her as an inanimate object in Annie. I just don't think she got casted.
Yeah.
Unless she was the dog.
Did we give her the dog?
I don't know.
Maybe we did.
What did we cast her as in Shrek? Oh, a dragon scale.
Yeah.
I mean, that one doesn't make sense, but it still makes a little more sense than the rose.
Yeah.
Peter Pan, she was...
The pixie dust?
I think she was literally just the pixie dust. I've got magic that you never knew.
Yeah.
Makes more sense.
Girl.
Sick.
Did she write this about everything we cast her in?
Conspiracy theory, did she write the rose song about the lamp from Aladdin? I'm shaking the camera by doing this. This is dramatic. Okay.
It's too good.
So slay.
So good.
I'm so grateful that we have this podcast where we can give this out to people.
What would you
People
guys
need to
do?
hear this.
Have you ever considered that the lamp is actually what the rose song is about?
That could be the clickbait.
It's literally gonna be the title. It's gonna be like the rose song is about the lamp, and that's gonna make no sense. Especially since the rose song isn't even in this episode.
Yeah, come on, what?
It's a major plot point. I am obsessed with the fact that they made that a major plot point. It doesn't even make sense. Anyways, I think that's all we have to say.
Yeah.
Yeah. So thank you so much for watching. Make sure to listen to us on YouTube and Spotify, and then to follow our TikTok. It's so super fun.
Yeah.
So super cool on there. Maybe we'll make an edit of the rose song with the lamp. We'll see what my free time looks like.
That sounds great.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
so that's gonna make sense to no one except for those who watch the podcast. So if you
Yeah.
want to understand our TikTok, you should watch the podcast. Yeah, I fear that's not gonna make sense at all. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. We can't wait for this next episode. It'll be fun. This one was really fun.
Mm-hmm.
And by fun, I mean like literally heart-wrenching, torn apart,
Yeah.
tears, but like in a fun way.
Yeah.
Picasso.
Yes.
Yeah. And I think that's all I have to say. Thanks for watching.